Hi everyone, welcome to our very first webinar. My name is Keisha Moffat and I'm Ugpi'ganjig's Economic Development Officer. I have Chief Sasha sitting next to me.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining in with us this evening. I'm happy to be here in support of our economic development and glad to be introducing our first webinar.
So our webinar will entail a discussion about lands and some project updates, and we'll also be doing a showing of our new community website. So our first topic is in regards to comprehensive community planning. This is just to provide the community a refresher of what CCP is and how it can benefit Ugpi'ganjig. So CCP is taking a holistic look at the community. It helps us to establish our community vision and our objectives, and it creates a roadmap that we can use to help plan for the future. So why is CCP important? It helps us to address our community needs and issues. We can identify and address our community priorities. We can take stock of what we already have in the community, whatever our strengths, whatever our resilience is, and we can build capacity in the community and our skills. So for Ugpi'ganjig CCP, we're going to be focusing on the following topic areas. We have economic development, education, employment and training, governance, health, housing and infrastructure, lands, language and culture, natural resources, social development, and sports and recreation. So how will we develop CCP for Ugpi'ganjig? We'll be collecting community input through various engagement activities such as surveys, community meetings, open houses, focus groups, and the CCP is open to everybody in the community, so it includes all aspects of the community. This includes elders, youth and children, community members, community groups, administration, chief and council. So for Ugpi'ganjig CCP, we're currently in the pre-planning and planning stages. We did do our video launch. It can be found on our Facebook page. We had various small focus groups. And this past summer, we did have a community survey out for adults and kids. In the next slide, I'll provide the results from the survey. Going forward, we're going to still continue with the CCP process. We're also going to do another launch event to kind of reintroduce the topic to the community. So the survey results from this past summer for each focus area include economic development. We had a lot of responses in regards to a coffee shop, cannabis, and a restaurant. Our next topic area was education. Some of the common themes found were to diversify our after-school programs, provide more assistance to post-secondary students, and provide more trades programs within the community. Employment and training, a lot of responses were in regards to increasing employment and creating more training opportunities for community members. Governance, community members would like to see transparency, accountability, and self-governance. Health, provide more outreach programs and have a full-time doctor situated into our health center. Housing and infrastructures, more community members would like to see apartments and improve housing, construction. Lands, have more lands for economic opportunities and create a land management code. Language and culture, have a robust language program, provide more classes and opportunities to learn traditional crafts and teachings. Natural resources, preserve our resources and independently manage these resources. Social development, education and social development programs. Sports and recreation, diversify sports programs and have more funding for sports. So a topic that was covered in the CCP was a lot of community members had said they would like to see cannabis in the community. So in order to explore this topic further, we're actually going to do another CCP survey, and I'll be set up with Amanda Capelin at our community meeting on January 16th to have this survey available. And this survey will be in regards to these two questions. So the first question is, does the community want to have a cannabis community store? And does the community see a place for individuals participating in the cannabis market in the community? There are some community benefits with Ugpi'ganjig having exploring cannabis. These include we can generate our own source revenue, royalties, and there's potential for employment opportunities. Our next topic is Chase the Ace. As you know, this has been in the works for a while. We're going to be starting ticket sales January 20th, and our first draw will be January 22nd. We also are going to be starting selling tickets at the community meeting on January 16th. The tickets will be $20 and it includes 11 tickets. So the breakdown percentages for the Chase the Ace include 35% being towards the jackpot, 35% for Elders Lodge and a splash pad within the community, 20% would go to the ticket holder, and 10% would be a donation to a selected individual, organization, or group. More information will be put out in regards to how to apply for the donation portion. Our members of the board include Dee Biondel, Shelley Coulombe, Sharon Martin, Melissa McBain, and Katie Mulcahy. And then, so our ticket sales are Monday and Tuesday nights from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Wednesday nights from 5 to 7 p.m. And we will be doing the draw Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. We'll be set up in the foyer on the leadership side of the band hall.
So at this point, I'm going to take over to provide the presentation on lands. And the first slide we have here is in relation to our project charter located on Miller Road. So for phase 1, we have 27 lots, and this tender was awarded to local company LCL Excavation. The phase 1 completion date is June 15, 2020. And next we have phase 2, which also consists of 27 lots, and the construction schedule is July 2020 until May 2021. Phase 3 will consist of the remaining lots, and we anticipate that this will be fully underway by 2022. The total project charter area is 30 acres of land, and if you look at the slide and you see the gray colored areas, on the left side of the corrections facility, yes, on the left side, is the lots that we refer to as the Cormier property. And then if you look at the above the corrections facility, this would be the lands that we refer to as the Arsenault property. We've also recently acquired what we refer to as a Laterno property. So this area in orange has recently been acquired by Eel River Bar, and this is on the right side of the correctional facility. So the plan would be to have residential units going around the facility, in behind, and the infrastructure with the roads would look like a U, a big U that would go around the existing correctional facility. We do plan on putting a buffer in between our lands and in the jail, so that could give a clear separation with natural foliage and probably somewhat of a fencing barrier. In total, the Laterno property is 22 acres, and currently we're working on the additions to reserve for this property, along with all other properties mentioned. Another update that comes from Economic Development and Chief and Council of Eel River Bar is the acquisition of the Stewart House located in Dalhousie. This was a strategic acquisition on Eel River Bar's part, and it is underway for an additions to reserve, and it's part of Eel River Bar's strategic plans, which we will discuss more at the community meeting next week on Thursday. An update on our additions to reserve. So this highway land exchange, consisting of 5 different land parcels, identifies the exchange that's been part of a complex additions to reserve file, which has been in Eel River Bar's files going on 20 years now. We have gotten this file active in the last 5 years or so, and there's been a lot of extensive and complicated work that's been done on Eel River Bar's part, our federal partners and our provincial partners, and we're finally seeing a light at the end of this tunnel where we're at the last stages of this ATR. We wanted to also mention land designation. Land designation for First Nations are reserve lands that a First Nation has agreed to lease for commercial, agricultural, recreational, or any other purposes, which is voted on by the members of our community in accordance with the rules of the Indian referendum regulations. And I just wanted to point out that lands which are designated do not lose reserve status. The designated lands remain part of the reserve. It just gives a comfort level for partners coming in looking for stable and secure lease agreements. This is what we would need in order to attract big franchises or businesses that would be beneficial for the community to come onto reserve. Some of the benefits of designation would be to optimize the long-range land planning, create economic development opportunities, allow parcels of lands to be leased, create business opportunities, and create job opportunities, which I summed up previously. We will need all of Eel River Bar to take part in this important referendum vote in order to move forward on any initiatives we see for this property. So identified in this map here in regards to land designation, this would be the parcel for economic development. It's a parcel that is 33.9 acres, and this is where we would see businesses come and set up at the Osprey Commercial Highway Park. If you zoom in a little bit to the map, or where our pointer shows where the current truck stop is, you could identify where these lands are. Would be across from the truck stop and across from Martin Drive. And by doing this, as previously mentioned, it would generate revenue and it would create additional employment opportunities. We've talked previously about wigwam panels at our economic development open houses. And this slide here is just to provide an update on where we are with this project. It's still on our radar, but it is a little bit on the back burner. Where we are with this is we have signed a distributor agreement between Eel River Bar and Greenstone Structural Panels, where we're an authorized distributor and seller of the panels, and we will be having our director of housing and one of the councillors who hold the housing and capital portfolio visiting the plant in Ontario on the third week of March. So we are moving ahead with this. This is something that could potentially provide employment and training opportunities and own source revenue for the community if we decide to go full force with this. In relation to the building where the previous Hyundai was operating, this is a 2-acre property, and this is also in the early stages of the additions to reserve process. It's still as pre-designation, and there will be a commercial emphasis on this property. We're looking to provide high taxable items at as a retail business from this property in order to generate revenues for the community in relation to our tax agreement with the province of New Brunswick. And last but not least, our Economic Development Board. The purpose of the board is to provide some separation from political agendas to business affairs of community-owned businesses. Eel River Bar would like the opinions of the community on the following questions. And this question that we will be surveying you with is, what type of board structure would you like to see for Eel River Bar Development Corporation? Now, to open our minds to what this means, would the community like to see the board consisting of objective, non-community professionals? Would they like to see community members be on the board? Or would they like to see a mix of chief and council members and professionals? So we're open to your input on this going forward, to have a board structure that everybody is comfortable with, that allows for transparency and business success. So that concludes our portion of the presentation for today. I hope we've been able to provide some good information, and any questions that you might have, feel free to include them and forward them to us, and we'll be addressing them as soon as we can. Thanks for joining in with myself and Keisha. And at this point, we will allow our communications officer, Tyler Morrison, and Rick to show a launch of our website, and we thank them for facilitating this webinar today.
So we're going to move on to the website presentation. I'd like to thank Chief Sasha and Keisha Moffat for the presentation. If you have any questions regarding the presentation or the one that's coming up right now, please feel free to message us on our Facebook page. You just have to go on our Facebook webpage and it'll show message us, and we'll respond back to you in a due time. So without further ado, we'll start the presentation for the website. I have here our developer, Rick Hutchinson. We've been working on this website for the past 6 months approximately, and we've had a lot of cooperation from community members and staff alike, and we're really excited to be showing you some of the updates that are coming up now. So I'll be handing that off to Rick right now. So here you go, Rick.
Hi, everyone. So like Tyler said, my name is Rick Hutchinson. I'm the consultant developer that helped create the website. Like Tyler mentioned, we had a lot of help from community members, some team members within the organization. So just to give you a quick overview of the goals of what we were trying to do. So first and foremost, we wanted something that was community focused, that the community would really feel a part of, would see themselves in. So you'll see a lot of elements there that were designed to to really pull in local elements, local authenticity, and that was a major focus of the site. Also, like any website, we wanted to be very easy to use, easy to find information that the community would be looking for throughout the organization, throughout the departments, services, that kind of thing. Chief and Council was very focused on having a tool that was transparent for their communications to the community. Access to department information, so the community could find the information relating to the various departments within Eel River Bar. And also online visibility for community businesses, both entrepreneurs and for the businesses that are own source revenue, such as the Osprey Truck Stop, and also an online tool for promotion of the Heritage Gardens. So we'll from there we'll continue on just to show you a bit of how we went about consulting and working with the community to get the information that we were looking for. So Chief and Council played a large role in the development of the site, providing the strategic vision. There was a lot of back and forth with them, a lot of meetings, some creative brainstorming that resulted in some great ideas to be present on the site. Community elders were a prime importance. Specifically, we went into the Heritage Gardens for a session with a drum group that also provided not only some amazing traditional music, but also some great storytelling and storytelling about the origins of the Heritage Gardens and the intent of it and these kind of things. So had an amazing session with them. So their input was very amazing. Department directors for the department pages, lots of consultation with them to figure out how we could make the site work for their functions, to help the community connect to what they do and find the information that they needed. Keisha Moffat was there from the beginning, helping with the strategic vision and through her input on her individual department as well, like Dev. Tyler Morrison, project management, strategy, artistic input, video production. Tyler is the communication officer, as you know, for Eel River Bar, and was great in just providing the overall vision and moving the project along. Desiree Pictou-Isaac helped with the community map coordination and some quality assurance on the site. Eli Labilwa, some great photography that you'll see throughout the site, and also some artistic input on various items on the site. Charlene Labilwa did some great photography for the Chief and Council section. And also, we wanted to really include some textures and some cultural, some artistic input into the design of the site. So you'll see some elements there from local artists, and one in particular, Stephanie Labilwa. There's some textures on there that we used as borders from some of the garments that she's created in the past. So we'll jump right into the website itself. We'll do a click through. So just starting with the home page here, and we'll just kind of click through live here. So as you see, we want to go for impact and really showcase the beauty of the community, showcase some cultural aspects with the video background here. You'll see some drone footage that was taken not too long ago, showcasing some of the aspects. You see some great photography from Eli of powwow grounds, some other events. So we really wanted to get a local flavor, give people an idea of what the community was about, and showcase the natural beauty that's here. So the community vision statement, honoring the past, celebrating the present, strengthening the future with unity and respect. So on the technical side, you see just some very straightforward drop-down menus here for all the different sections on the site, easy to navigate, easy to get around. We've also created this quick links for department landing pages here, so quick access to any of the departments within the Eel River Bar organization. So as we scroll down, let's see here, community news, Just a couple of placeholder items here right now, but quick access to community news, everything that's going on within the community. Also upcoming events, keeping the community in touch with what events are coming up, just to try to keep everyone, to encourage participation in local events, that kind of thing. We scroll down a little bit more. We've got information on chief and council. So you scroll over here, you've got direct links that'll bring us to the chief and council section, which we'll take a look at in a minute, just to get to know chief and council. Scrolling down a little more, we've got a job bank on the site, on the new site, that administration is able to access and use and encourage applications for different jobs. We've also got a little button here into the Aboriginal Heritage Gardens section, which we'll take a look at after. A quick booking tool for people to check out what the facility has, and also to contact the facility management so they can book their event. And another quick link down here to the community map, which we'll take a look at in a minute as well. So now clicking through a little bit more. So if we go to Chief's message, Chief Sasha Labilwa Kennedy, we've got a little message from the chief here. Scroll down, some photos, that kind of thing. We really wanted to go very visual with the site. People are visual these days, and it's all mobile friendly, by the way. So when you visit it on any of your smartphones or tablets, it adapts to those screens as well. Chief and council. So when we go here, we have full access to check out each of the chief and council members with description of their various portfolios, and quick access to email, office, and cell numbers. So again, on the transparency side, it was a big priority for chief and council to be very transparent and open and accessible to the community. Also contacts on the right hand side here, which is the same for all the departments as well. You can access any of the various contact people within each of the departments. For meetings and minutes of various meeting agendas and that kind of thing, we have a request for information form here, so anyone can go in, put in their name, email. If it's just the topic that you're requesting information on, you can do that. If you know the date of the meeting, you can actually put that in here, and you can include a message, and it goes directly to chief and council. For residents, we have a brief community profile page, including some wonderful photography taken by Eli, a little bit on community and culture, again with another photo gallery, a little bit on our people. So really try to keep it clear and concise. I didn't want to put too much text on here, but I just wanted to give people a basic idea of what the community was about. Going down to history page. This is one page we're continuing to develop, but gives a nice overview of a lot of different spots here that, kind of a timeline walkthrough of River Bar through the years, and also some different milestones that the community has undertaken. So as I mentioned, this is a section, really all of these sections, the whole website is really something that evolves over time. Will always be added new sections, new information, just to keep engagement going over a longer period of time for the community. Community map. Really wanted to highlight both the community facilities. So you can zoom in here. It actually acts as a functional map where you can get directions if you're out of community for people visiting the community. Within here, we can click on the different, some entrepreneurs on here. We've also got community-run facilities like the Heritage Gardens. So you can really get in here. You can contact, have access to contact information for all these businesses, phone numbers, all that kind of stuff. So really wanted to make a functional tool for both in community and out of community for people to be able to use and get to know what's in the actual community itself. Employment opportunities. So we've got a fully fully functional job bank, so we can also filter through different categories of employment. So if there's internships, part-time, full-time, those kind of things, the HR department will have full access to be able to post things here and really put them in a way that is clear and concise and makes applying for any of these jobs quite easy. Links and resources, just some basic links relating to the community. That'll again be something that can be added to as time goes on. For visitors, we have a page for things to do. So this connects to one of the local entrepreneurs in the tourism field. Gives a little bit of a basic overview of some of the other communities and some of the neighboring communities that people may be visiting as well. If we're looking at the truck stop, so we've got a landing page now for the truck stop that highlights each of the competitive advantages of the facility. So the ideal traveler stop for the northern New Brunswick, highlighting the gas and convenience store, commercial travel center, Four Seasons restaurant. Also gives people a little bit of an overview of each of those categories of the facility. So commercial travel center and lounge, Four Seasons restaurant, people can connect to the Facebook page, call the facility now, that kind of thing. Okay, we've gone through those. Under business, we've got the economic development section, which is also part of the departments drop down here. So we've got a couple of different aspects where AcDev helps the community, for the community and for entrepreneurs. So it gives lots of information on activities of the AcDev department. Employment opportunities, again, the job bank, a couple of those some of these are repeated throughout a couple of the menus, just categorized a little bit differently. When we get into the departments pages, really designed to be clear and concise, just to give kind of bullet points of what each department offers the community, and quick links to if you want to learn more about what the funding sources are, if you want to learn more about some of the backgrounds of some of the programs included. We've got each of the departments under here, so Child and Family Services. Again, on the right side here, we've got all the department contacts for the various departments. Really designed to help people find the information that they need quickly. Again, in any of the different types of services here, we've got the email for all the departments as well. Under forestry, just a little bit of information on each. Again, the focus was to really kind of summarize the information, not put too much on there, knowing that it's really just a bit of a teaser type of information that encourages people to reach out and contact the department if they do need to, if they do have other questions. For the health center as well, all the contacts and programs, program information, related links, the whole thing. There's also quick links up top here. Just go back to the home page here. Quick links up top here for the phone number, contact information is always visible. Link to the Facebook page. I'll just go down here. We'll take a quick look at the Heritage Garden page. So again, video content, really want to showcase, and video is worth 1,000 words. Showcase all the aspects of the facility. Booking an event becomes very easy. Someone can click here. They can see a little photo gallery of what the facility is, some of the technical details, and also a quick book now section that someone can put in their information that is immediately transmitted to the booking team of the Heritage Gardens, so that then the booking system starts to take place, and contacts are made and confirmations and the whole thing. So it was really a tool that the community would be able to use to promote the facility and encourage new bookings from external and community members as well. So just going back to the homepage. So again, really wanted something really community focused. I mentioned some of the artistic incorporation here of some of the garments from Stephanie LaBilwa. You can see it on the borders down here, also on the down around the chief and council section. Some of these borders here, and some of the great photography throughout that really kind of highlights the authentic feel of the community. So with that, that's pretty much the run through of the site. There's lots of plans for new things to come along with the site as well that were identified with Chief and Council. A lot of excitement about different types of features we'll be able to do, incorporating video, lots of things there. So keep an eye out for all these developments in the near future.
Thank you, Rick. Just as Rick said too, this is going to be a site that always is undergoing a development. So I'd like to be able to consider it a living website where no matter what, this is not going to be static. We're going to be updating with information for community members so that they're always in the loop with what the organization and leadership wants to do. In terms of this, we're going to be finishing up our presentation today. Just to reiterate as well, if you have any comments or suggestions, you can go to our Facebook page and message us on there privately, so we can be able to respond to you there. And if we wanted to know if this is a type of format that the community members would like to see more of, and if that's the case, then we could start doing this a bit more frequently. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time out of their day to view the video, and have a good one. Thank you.